Welcome to the Mr. Phelps Show Summer Series. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. See, I'm not dressed up like I normally am in my school clothes. Why? Because it's summer vacation, right? That doesn't mean I'm letting you guys down too easily, because I'm here with the Mr. Phelps Show Summer Series. And today we are going to bring literature to life in the summer with the style of rap, particularly. Because if you remember, if you saw me this year, I had some raps I performed in school, and I decided I'd roll them into the summer, present them a little bit, and have some fun with it. They're raps based off of literature. Bringing literature to life is what I do, and what better way to do it than to have some rap, you know? So we're going to get going with that. And at the end, Lil Phelps himself is going to come out in his true form. You might think it's a little bit strange, but just let me tell you that all rapping starts with poetry, okay? And some of these big rappers think that they can go around and, you know, they think rap is all about money, all about that kind of stuff, but no, rap really starts from poetry and the heart. So if you know poems, you know rap, because rap develops from poetry and poetic language. And I have a parody, or Lil Phelps has a parody later on he's going to share with you. You've probably heard the song, and I won't give it away yet. And it just shows that, you know, screaming for poetry to start the core of rap. So we're going to get into that, have a little fun with it. But before then, let's get going with the raps of the year and, you know, bringing literature to life. So tune in with me. That's what I got for this week. Hopefully in the future I might do some summer reading and share that with you guys. I know, summer reading, so much fun, right? Well, when you bring literature to life, it can be fun. So we're going to do some summer reading, hopefully, if I get around to it, and have another episode where we look and do some interviews, look at the literature, and probably, you know, have Lil Phelps come and do a rap or two of it. So stay tuned. Let's get going with this. Have a good summer, guys. Hope you're having fun. I'm Holden Caulfield from The Catcher in the Rye. I'm all alone in a large white room, carefully awaiting my impending doom. As I wait in this gloom, I figured I'd give writing a shot, as only one can assume that's what my bro DB wants. So let me tell you this story in the form of a rap, about how I ended up here and what I think of that. If you want to know the truth why I failed school for the fourth time, Pensie's got morons, so I had to ostracize. At first, my boys Ackley and Stradlater were homies, but now they're just some washed up bourgeois phonies. To start off with Stradlater, he's very conceited. I wrote him his paper until he made me rip it up to pieces. It was about my brother Allie, who died from a sickness. That moron Stradlater was way too sacrilegious. Then there's Ackley with the pimply face, a harrowing kid who follows you all over the place. He wouldn't leave me alone, and he constantly mutinying, cutting his nails all over my dorm, talking back with scrutiny. There's a long list of phonies. Maurice, DB, Sally, the list goes on. And don't forget those stupid movie shows. They're like listening to Bieber and his stupid falsettos. I quote them all who think they're so cool. There's a boy named Holden Caulfield whose most critics don't like. He has little appeal, starts too many fights. His parents got fed up, wanted stability, sent him to therapy to help him build humility. He wears this stupid hunting hat that looks inane. It's slightly insane. He economized in New York, thought he was sane, trying to be a cool cat with all that fame. He was like, Caulfield's in the house with his signature cap. Here I come, world, what you think of that? Too bad they're all phonies who think they're so cool. People like that are why I drop out of school. Oh, how I wish I could be like the ducks and fly up in the sky, go incognito, become the catcher in the rye, my alter ego. I'm holding Caulfield, H to the C. You know that's me. I'm writing you a rap because I'm locked in a room and it's easier to read than a long stinking novel that'll make your eyes bleed. I know, I sound provocative, but Mr. Psychoanalytic, you're so interrogative, and we know it's your prerogative to act all pedagogical and cognitive. Why do you always talk so positive? I don't need your help. I can live on my own. I'm a metropolitan. You keep saying I'm a kid who wants to save kids, like it's almost biblical, but I don't trust the disciples. A kid for a kid, it's reciprocal. Honestly, why am I here? This is despicable. My parents told me, life's a game, Holden, you better quit. Like that old hag Spencer, they said to change my act quick. But honestly, the only time I was really unscrupulous was when I met Mrs. Morrow and pretended I was Rudolph Schmidt. If she knew the truth, she wouldn't like that bit. I won't lie. Lying makes me feel nonchalant, but this therapy ward is nothing what I want. I tried to run away with Sally off to Vermont, but my parents caught me sneaking home, and now this therapy is another plot. I might be the most terrific liar, but this ain't no lie. I'm holding Caulfield, soon to be the catcher of the rye, saving kids from the cliff so their innocence won't die. I know you think I'm phony, but give me a chance. Phoebe always trusted me at a glance. Together we danced, and I watched her on the carousel, thinking about saving kids, all in a trance. I'm telling you the truth. I don't need to be here. I'd rather Maurice beat the crap out of me again or jump off a pier. So please, send me back home. I've told you enough. There's nothing more here for me to discuss. I'm out of here. Hello, my name's Santiago. I am the old man in the sea. My mustache is not very good at staying on my face. I try to keep it on as best as I can just to show my age. The only thing young, they say, is my eyes. Everything else is kind of wrinkly and old, unfortunately. Anyway, this is my mighty oar that I'm using to sail in the sea as I'm looking to catch the fish to prove my worth. And as I am sailing alone in the sea, it gets rather boring, so I don't have the boy with me, which is very unfortunate. So I wish Manolin was here. He's not, so I decided I'm going to sing some tunes on my own. Alright? So let's have some fun, alright? And go fishing and catch that fish. I know a song, and it goes like this. This old man, he played fish, he came back through all these tricks with a shark attack, harpoon whack, thought he would be thrown, but this old man became a hero. Alright, let's go. Let me tell you about a hero that no one expected. Unlike Poseidon or Hercules, he's not very respected. He's old and wrinkly, benevolent and stinky, with the smell of seaweed and a little whiskey. Humble, respect, born into his profession. Stoic, not annulled, fights even when there's a recession. So let's hear about his journey through the phosphorescent sea, navigating convulsive waters, becoming the hero he's set to be. After all these years of sailing the seas and conquering fears, they still call me the crazy old man who lives on the pier. I set forth on the day of 84th to catch me a fish that resides in the north. Feeling pretty good, ships ahoy. I went alone, just me and my ship, no boy. Before I left, he said, "You better be careful. This is a big risk. To endure the ocean, you better be brisk." I wanted him to come, but it just never worked out. So for 60 pages straight, I'm my own scout. They say he's a boring old man. This journey he can't do. But I don't listen to the others. I went and subdued. Sailing into the ocean, you know it was true. At first, the ocean was beautiful, iridescent, and calm. Short undulate waves lower my calms. But soon enough, I knew all too well as I traveled farther out, many challenges befell. First on deck, Drinking shark liver as sustenance doesn't sound cool, and there's no fussiness. Way at sea, I've got my own rules. Next up is controlling the ship. It's never easy when you're your own captain. It's harder to steer. The line is taut. Fish are astern, not wanting to be caught. When I finally get a hold, I kept saying so bold, I wish I had the boy, he could help me. Doing this alone, this imperceptible fish, its size is not known. It may pull me under if it's full grown. And I'm rather old to be in the zone, so should I give up? The answer is no. Because 40 more pages strong, this fish is in a fold. When I finally get him, what a relief. Seems like a happy ending, but that's too brief. Because then, dun dun dun. You hear that music? 20 more pages, you're not yet having fun, and there's a myriad of sharks. Here they come, hungry and alive. I'm still not done. To save my prize, I'll grab a harpoon, I'll mutilate the sharks and be back by noon. But it's never that easy, one would assume. I might survive with malignant wounds. When I finally return, the fish is all but bones, and the proprietor of the terrace can't believe I'm home. They found it amazing how I survived. The boy was proud, he was surprised. I'm no longer a failure, 84 days straight. I'm no small fry, but I must say that journey was long enough. 80 pages, I almost died. Now I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Goodbye. And so that's the story of how the old man became a hero, catching his fish after 84 long days and 127 pages. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Ahoy, mateys! Boo! Did you hear about Boo? Boo! Did you hear about Boo? Boo! Did you hear about Boo? They call him Boo Radley. I'm telling you, he's not my daddy, but he's my boy gladly. And that's what it's come to be, even though I've never met him sadly. They say there's lots of rumors heard round about him that make him acquiesce so madly. Like the story about why he's locked up. He must have had a propensity to stab his father with scissors. You don't just do that sensibly. They wanted to send him to jail for a crime done so badly, but instead they stuck him in the courthouse to mollify the irascible Mr. Radley. There's prejudice there, but at least one iota of truth. They don't call him Boo for nothing, because he hides in recluse. Such are the good old ghost stories crafted by the neighborhood fire. We argue whether they're true, or we're told by liars. Miss Maudie seems to think the tales were a bit sordid, that Miss Stephanie's a gossip, she should put them to bed. But all these stories, do we truly know? Some are more succinct, others start small and grow. But one thing's for sure, whether they accept or forgo, the people of Maycomb may reap what they sow. Brave venturers by the Radley place say they see Boo in the window and hear staccato footsteps wherever they dare go. They say there's sibilant voices and lots of screams. That's why no one ever goes to his house on Halloween. Although Jem took a risk filled with temerity, he took a dare from Dill and touched the house, but not unwarily. We know Boo as a vehement guy. Does he deserve that label? Some think he has died. Here's how the story goes, just in case you want to know. His house is haunted. He's a scary ghost. Those who step on his doorstep, they're now all toast. Scout should be the one to know best. Jem pushed her down in a tire. She was under duress, though I'm certain she confessed. It wasn't that bad, at least not like they guessed. Scout and her friends tried to send Boo a letter. After all these years, was he acrimonious and bitter, or living in fear? But there's a different story that no one else is led to believe, that Boo Radley is not as bad as people make him out to be. Just ask Scout about the gifts she's purloined from the perforated knothole she brings home and enjoys. But who would leave objects outside in the tree? Who would do such a thing? Who could it be? Don't underestimate the Boo. Look behind the surface. You'll see it through. That my boy Radley is good and true. Boo! Did you hear about Boo? 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 It's gotta be Lil Phelps is back. Here we go. All my peeps out of West Egg, did you hear? All my peeps out of East Egg, did you hear? All the caravanseries that tread, did you hear? The party is about to begin with the greatest showman. So put your hands together for the man of money, the greatest entertainment in all of West Egg. Put your hands together for the great Gatsby. All right, let me take you back to the roaring 20s where America was rich with incessant parties. You had the people from West Egg and the people from East Egg. They partied all night, didn't go to bed. At the biggest crescendo, the Gatsby homestead, it was a commensurate dream, a redolent world of Disney, Cinderella themed with colors that gleam, even though East Eggers would say it's not as great as it seems. After all, at the top of the crop, East Eggers are cream, even if the gossip that they say is just so darn mean. And through it all, the rumors spread. They got on Gatsby, said he bootlegged, went off to war, made a man dead. Question is, should we believe what people said? He might be the king of West Egg, we could only presume, but over in East Egg, they call him the Scrooge. I'm not one for euphemism, so I'll get right to the point. He's a con man who's huge, with wealth built in a subterfuge. They even said his mansion's roof was too corrugated, not properly made, not East Egg facated. I decided I'd call him Captain Nebulous. I mean, how can a guy with all these accomplishments be so credulous? He doesn't show up to his own parties. That's a little suspicious. His colossal mansion sits there. It's meretricious. It's a gaudy place outside of East Egg, a sad excuse for being ambitious. In West Egg, he has more vestige than he is sedulous. He grew up on a yacht. His name is fictitious. He's not really prodigious. He struck a gold mine and became adventitious. I know he doesn't come off as a supercilious guy. A lot of those are lies through garrulous mouths who think they're wise, but they don't watch him with a spectacled eye. I see how weird it is when he reaches for the green light in the sky. Does he not know how no matter how much he tries, he's of an infinitesimal class and money can't buy? You should know that sometimes things aren't meant to be. I mean, how could he party with the Peeps in East Egg so reliably? Seriously? He's evolved into one big notoriety, a high society wannabe who can't write home about his goodness and piety. But the biggest thing about East Egg is from the start, you're born rich. No Midas touch can turn the switch. No American dream, one would wish. But no, that's too superfluous. Because the truth is, the East Eggers, they ain't so magnanimous. They're prig-natured and truculent, calamitous cahoots that are obstructionists. Gatsby isn't part of the East Egg covenant, no. He can't be triumphant because he's not unscrupulous. Daisy doesn't love him. His money isn't abundant. He just doesn't have that kind of sustenance. I'm just the eyes that see through the valley of ashes. I'm not saying I agree. I'm only basing this off of social classes. I mean, I don't have all the facts, only enough to corroborate. Gatsby's dream is one of harrowing, not of East Egg's fate. He cannot reach the ladder. Will he make it to his soulmate? All my peeps out of East Egg, did you hear? All my peeps out of West Egg, did you hear? All the caravanseries that tread, did you hear? The gossip about Gatsby has caused the trend. Is it true? Is it fake? How does it blend? Will he get his dream and make amends? I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens in the end. Alright guys, so I told you this last video is going to be a little bit different, a little bit outside of the box, because mostly it's a parody. So if you've heard the song, you'll know where it's coming from. If not, you're probably going to say this is the weirdest thing ever. But anyway, I had a long-term idea that even in this pandemic and the coronavirus, we can all share poetry. You know those games, those rocks that you hide around towns and you have people find them and then they find the rock and they find some like heritage from the rock or something from the rock. Like this is a, you know, like a Haddam rock that's just hidden somewhere. Well, I envision the same thing with poetry, except you take a piece of a poem, just a word, and you hide a word somewhere and you have somebody find it and then you connect all the people and you put the words together. Like some giant found poem, okay? It can even work while texting. You can text on your phone each person takes a piece of their text message, shares it with the next person. You all share a piece of the text and you rearrange it to make a poem. Well, that's kind of the idea that I wanted to promote with this song, using the parody, of course, just to talk about poets, but going out and using poems as a way to share poetry and combine ideas. So in this song I use money because the rapper himself used money, so it's just kind of like a joke. I used Monopoly money, but I used that Monopoly money and I pretended each of them were pieces of poems that I just kind of threw around. So instead of throwing money, I'm throwing poems around, okay? All over the place, hiding poems. And the goal is that everybody comes and finds a piece of the poem, connects it together. This is such a cool idea that I wanted to bring to life here. So again, you're probably going to think the song's weird, that my singing is probably off tune. I did my best. Again, it's mostly a screamo rap song, so it's kind of weird, but you get the point. And once you see the correlation to the real song, you'll know where I'm coming from. And yeah, just have fun with poetry this summer. That's what I think it's all about, just having fun. You can have fun, make your own lines by hiding pieces of the poems around. All right, so enjoy. Thank you. Hello everyone, thank you. I appreciate all the clapping, all the noise. I really appreciate you coming today. We have some latest breaking news for you on the Phelps News Show. Alright, today we have a special person coming back. So I must start with, guess who's back again. Guess who's back again. If you haven't guessed who you think is back, today we're going to look at a rapper who has risen from extinction for about a year and a half. Pictured here is Lil Phelps, formerly known as YT the Rapper. He has returned to bring rap back to his fans, though many are concerned that he cannot rap at the same level, at the great stardom he once was. We'll definitely have to see if he can reach that level of his heyday. Who knows? Many believe he is well past the pinnacle of his career, and I happen to be one of them on board with that. I mean, you can't expect a rapper to just disappear for a year and a half and then finally come back and be like 100% better than he was before. I mean, it just doesn't happen. You can't achieve fame in the blink of an eye. Alright? As I've said, he's always been an amateur, as I felt, and that's why he went hidden, and that's why he came back and changed his name from YT to Lil Phelps, although they were kind of similar, but you get my point. But now, he's returned in all of his mediocrity. He said his number one goal is showing the world he can rap. Well, Lil Phelps, I know I might not be on the same page as you, but I gotta wish you luck. I gotta wish you the best luck for coming back. And we'll be waiting to see you in action, which we have a demo of your song right here. Who wants to see it? All right, let's get to it. "14 lines, word, 3 quatrains and a couplet.
Continuation.
I got poems
Tink, 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 tink.
written by Edgar Allan Poe.
Bells, bells, bells,
Where's
bells.
the Cage Bird by Maya Angelou.
Tink, 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 tink.
I be rhyming like my boy Thoreau.
Transcendentalism.
I wanna be like Henry Longfellow.
Wadsworth.
Lil Phelps, no, this ain't another joke.
Tink, 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 tink.
Lil Phelps is staying with the flow. You get inspired, then you go compose.
Tink, 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 tink.
Cause I got poems.
So many rhythmic poems.
Written by Edgar Allan Poe.
Bells, 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 bells. Bells, 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 bells.
Cage Bird and Maya Angelou.
Bird, 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 bird.
I be camping like my boy Thoreau.
Transcendentalism.
I be touring like Henry Longfellow.
Wadsworth.
Lil Phelps got so much prose.
I got it all.
My lyrics falling like domino. Oh, my beat goes. Young Lil Phelps is spouting all these rhymes.
Bells.
See how I got it, cause I'm really with the chime.
Tink.
See me take the stage and I be really with a
Tink.
choice words, lyrics straight fire. Linguists are so jealous, when they jealous they be mocking. I'm the best poet, linguists I can drop it. Cause young Lil Phelps lyrics flyer than Mary Poppins. I got poems written by Edgar Allan Poe.
Bells.
Where's the cage bird by Maya Angelou?
Where's Maya
Angelou?
Bird.
Angelou.
That caged bird.
Angelou.
Bird.
With Thoreau.
Transcendentalism.
Or Henry Longfellow.
Wadsworth.
They writing all these poems.
Did you know?
Poetry Slam, I put on a show. Each one of these is a piece of a poem. With all these poets, I juxtapose. If you care to know. Because when I fire lyrics, I make you feel the blow. Lil Phelps, it's time to go. I'm out, bros. Alright guys, so now I'm here to explain the context, okay? So, first of all, the whole owl hat, glasses thing, that's just my, rap costume that I wear sometimes, okay? It's just a little fun way to get into the rapping spirit. So, that's that. That's the Lil Phelps part. So, the actual song, I took rhymes of what Mo Bamba, the song, uses, and I replaced it with names of poets, okay? So, Edgar Allan Poe, he wrote a poem about bells, the tin-tabulating bells, bells. That's where the tapping comes from, okay? So I kind of made some extra rhythm, extra noise with the tapping with bells, all right? Maya Angelou, she wrote a poem about a caged bird, okay? About a caged bird trying to be trapped, entrapped caged bird, all right? And then Thoreau I kind of just threw in there because it rhymed, but he did write some poems focused on transcendentalism. So again, all of these poets rhyme. And then Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, threw him in there, kind of mixed his name around because it didn't all go together. I had to say Henry Longfellow Wadsworth. All right, and he's another poet, American poet of the time. So those are the four main poets I used to talk about the spread of poetry. So I just wanted to give you those context clues in case you were a little bit lost. Those are the references. The actual song is parody. I know it's not very deep because the original song isn't very deep, but you can see where I made the connection to poetry, and I thought it was cool that maybe I could present and be this big rapper who raps about poetry rather than just raps about everything else, because rap starts with poetry, it starts with rhythm, it starts with things like that. So you can have fun with rap and with poetry, kind of putting the two together. So that's kind of behind the scenes. I'm one to think that song is not actually a rap song. It's more like a pop song. Who knows what it is? But, you know, people consider it rap because it's a rapper. He rhymes, and whatever you consider it, just keep in mind that it's there, and I wanted to kind of relate it to rap. So anyway, with that being said, just want to wish you all the rest of the summer. Have a great rest of the summer. Enjoy it, and maybe I'll tune in, maybe not, but hope you're enjoying literature in one way or another, whether you're watching movies, reading books, however you do it. Hopefully you have some celebration of literature in your summer. With that being said, I want to say thank you, goodbye, have a good rest of the summer. Thank you.